Howdy everybody in YouTube land. This is the first video of the new location. New house, new workbench, new everything. So this is still very much a work in progress. I tried to recreate it similar to how I had it set up before, but now I'm in this little fancy room. I have the workbench electronics here where I've got my power supply, because before it was up here, but yeah, anyways, I don't have the depth like I did before on the coffee table. I just got this temporary plastic table here at the moment. So scope, all that stuff there, workshop PC, printer, and then all the parts back there, and then that'll be, stuff that's being worked on and need to stage off somewhere. The only thing I don't have is where before I had like a little spot here where I kept my capacitors and all that stuff off to the side. I don't have that spot here, so it's just kind of like over there for now. I don't have any storage or anything. As far as, drawers to put parts in and stuff like that, it doesn't exist. Maybe some shelves up here. Got a bright bench light up there. But in the meantime, we figured might as well start working on the next thing in the line of what's got to be done. So what we have today is a pair of Sony Walkmans, which are AM stereo Walkmans. Now, these are Japanese, so they only have 9 kilohertz depth, but for the person that these are for, there's a handful of frequencies it lands on evenly, and he's got an AM stereo transmitter, so we need something that picks up AM stereos. So only one of these are going to get fixed for now, because this one has got a cracked LCD, so it's missing the battery cover, so it's kind of useless. This one is complete, but there's no sound. So, however, because it's Sony and it's made in the early 90s, I think, late 80s, I have a funny feeling that I know what the problem's going to be. I guarantee we're going to have bad capacitors inside the unit. So let's just go ahead and get it apart and see what we got going on. I popped both of them apart so I could see what's going on the inside. So this is the one that had no sound. And if we take a closer look at all that corrosion from this capacitor leaking. So yep, we have leaky poos in here. And this one did have sound, but a broken screen. Much cleaner. So I've noticed, no, they're the same. Okay, I was wondering if they're different brands, but they're the same. So this one hasn't started leaking yet. So at least now we know what we have to do at this point. So do I attempt to clean this one up? Or since the screen is broken on that one anyways, there ain't nothing I can do about it, do I take the board from this one, clean it up and recap it and move it over here? And then we just keep one of them around for parts. Decisions. So I think first order of business is to get the boards out and see how bad they actually are. So I think that's what I want to do next. I was able to get the two halves separated. This one has one cap here. It's not showing signs of leakage yet. But now that I have this guy out, yeah, you can definitely see all the corrosion down here from the leaking capacitors, but you can also see it over here as well. So yeah, we're going to have to definitely scrub the crap out of this board. So I cleaned this board the best I possibly could. It's still not perfect. And the problem is there's too much of this stuff around this chip to remove this chip safely without destroying everything else around it. So it's not like I can remove that and clean it properly. I'd like to, but I did the best I could. So the only thing I can do is put caps in it and try and see if the board works again. But more importantly, I did some checking around this area where this other capacitor was, and there's the VCC line, which comes here and it goes to a via over here and it comes all the way around up here. Well, I did a quick check and scratched the trace away. It's broke from this via down to there. And if we look through that via, it comes up and into this transistor Q10. So a Q10 has effectively been cut off from VCC. So that's a problem. So I got to patch that with a patch wire, then put some caps in it, and then clean the controls and see if it fires up. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But it's worth a try. At least without parting this radio out here, because it would kind of suck. And there is some differences in the design, because you can see it there. There are some differences. So, alright, well, let's keep on going. New caps are installed into the board. I ran the patch wire, which is from here. It runs underneath that capacitor and comes up through the via right there and then soldered directly on Q10. The other end comes right there where 9 is, and everything's good. So now it's a matter of putting it back together and hoping it works. Now I had to put the back all the way on because there's springs that go down and hold into the speaker. So, and there's no screws on this end, so there's nothing to hold the back in place. So what we're going to do is just pray and hope that it works now. So let's grab the batteries. Let's see, which way is it going? That way. Alright. That's a good sign. We have that. Hey! We have sound now. I don't know if it's going to pick anything up here. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so we don't really get radio stations much out here. Hey. Got something. I gotta be careful, copyright.
Only scoring his first number hit with a little help, buddy John Lennon on Fame. Hey, this J Copy, so the new CBS drama True Lies, it has a new premiere date. Now, the series was previously scheduled to premiere with a special preview. The series is inspired by James Cameron's hit action comedy film of the same name. True Lies will now premiere on Wednesday.
The holidays, the way to make it fun is with stop shopping. Get ready to host the best holiday season.
A lot of Elias thing.
Every corner of your home. Festive home decor can be found in many categories throughout JCPenney as you fulfill that gift list.
Well, it works. Well, hold on. Let's do FM.
Line and pick up in store. This by promise.
I don't know if there's any FM on this end of the band. Huh. Interesting. Oh. Now, let me figure this out. AM works extremely well. I don't have an AM stereo transmitter here, so I'll have to send this radio off to a friend of mine who I'm fixing it for, which has one. Alright, so FM is normal from 76 to 90 because that's just how it was in Japan. AM works perfectly fine. So I think at this point, it's crazy we actually have a classic music station here on AM in this area, which makes working on tube radios that much more fun. But anyway, so I think I'm going to call it for this video. It was a quick, short little video. I got to look and see if I have an FM transmitter. I don't know if I do offhand to go, but it's somewhere in the 80 series. Otherwise, I would check it and make sure the FM pilot and all that stuff worked. But we still have this one back here. And I didn't use this one for parts. I just kind of left it alone. So, yeah. I did look in the service manual. And from what I can understand, from what I saw is the microcontroller that's on the other board contains part of the PLL stage for adjusting the frequency and the feedback loop. So if I wanted to change this to 88 to 108, I'd have to change the microcontroller, which means I'd have to write a new program for a new microcontroller, which also has an off-board divider. So I'd have to have a separate divider chip that's programmable to actually control this IC back here. So in order to do that, I'd have to fire this up and hook up a scope and see what the frequencies are. And the screen's broke anyway, so it's possible. I've got a plan that I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but I can create a new front panel board with a new microcontroller, replace this with like a little 128 by 32 OLED or something, and use an Arduino style chip like an 18 mega and a digital programmable divider or something to see if I can't replace that and convert this to be more useful here in the Americas. We'll have to see how that works out. But in the meantime, I think that's going to call it for this quick, short little video. So thank you for watching. And if you have a comment, please feel free to leave one. Don't forget, hit the like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Until next time, guys.